Welcome. Let's talk about cardiac denial. Did you know that cardiac disease is the #1 killer of Americans? That's according to the American Heart Association. Here's the shocking part. Many people know this, but they still don't take control of their mindset for better health. Why? Because denial is powerful. That's what we're talking about today, cardiac denial. This happens when you suspect or know that you have heart disease but refuse to take action. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's stubbornness, maybe it's just feeling too busy to deal with it. Whatever the reason, today we're going to tackle it head on. Why stick around? Well, this YouTube channel is here for you. My mission is to help you develop the cardiac mindset, the right approach to caring for the most important organ in your body. And the ultimate goal? True long-term happiness. Because when your heart is healthy, your life is better. So while we're here, ask yourself, do you ever ignore the signs something might be wrong? Have you ever brushed off symptoms because you don't want to know? Do you struggle to take real steps toward better health? If any of this sounds familiar, then this episode is for you. Hey there, I'm Mark Forbess. I've been through a heart journey unlike most. I battled severe heart disease and ultimately received a heart transplant that saved my life. I know what it's like to live in denial. I also know what it's like to finally wake up and take control. Now, I want to help you do the same. So, let's talk about cardiac denial. Denial shows up in many ways. Maybe you feel an extra heartbeat, but tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe you notice unexplained weight gain, but assume it will just go away. Your mind tricks you into believing that it's not a big deal until one day it is. Think about this. Have you ever ignored a health concern because it was easier than facing it? Have you convinced yourself that it won't happen to me? Have you ever put off seeing a doctor because you don't want to hear bad news? If you've answered yes to any of these, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Waiting won't protect you. It only makes things worse. I've seen people waiting for a heart transplant who still don't accept the severity of their condition. I've even been that person myself. That stops now. Let's break it down. Denial can show up in your habits, choices, and mindset. Here's one. The nicotine and alcohol trap. Nicotine constricts your blood vessels, making them stiff and less elastic. That means your heart has to work harder to push blood through, creating long-term damage. Alcohol, especially excessive drinking, stresses your blood vessels and liver. It turns into sugar, leading to fat buildup. Did you also know it depletes minerals needed to keep your heart beating in rhythm? Be honest. How often do you rely on these substances without considering the toll they take? Here's another one. Food and weight denial. Have you gradually gained weight without realizing it until your clothes no longer fit? Do you find yourself dismissing unhealthy food choices? Have you told yourself, just one more treat, it won't hurt? Weight gain doesn't appear overnight, but denial lets it creep up unnoticed. The more you gain, the harder your heart has to work. Here's a simple challenge for you. The next time you go to the grocery store, try and stick with fresh foods and the outer aisles where healthy options live. Start small and just pick one healthy option. Take 10 seconds before eating and ask yourself, is this helping my heart? Write down one simple challenge you can make today for better nutrition. Here's another one. Ignoring heart arrhythmia. This next question is really important. Have you ever experienced your heart skipping beats, feeling off rhythm, or have you suddenly become dizzy? This may be signs of heart arrhythmias. Do not brush this off. Your body is speaking to you. Don't ignore it. Tell your spouse, family, but most importantly, tell your doctor. Think back. Has this happened to you before? What were you doing at the time? Running, drinking, sleeping poorly? Every heart event is data. Track your symptoms. Record your habits. These patterns matter, as they could save your life. The reality check with ICU stories. I've met people in the cardiac ICU who still don't grasp the severity of their condition. One guy was waiting for a transplant and said, "I don't understand. I was playing golf just 2 weeks ago." His mind couldn't process the fact that just days ago he had a massive heart attack. Here's the hard truth. If you're in the ICU for cardiac issues, it's serious. So here's my ask. If you ever end up in a hospital for heart-related problems, listen to your doctors. Take action and don't wait. So let's discuss some ways to break out of denial. If you recognize denial in yourself, here's what you can do. Ask your family. Get real feedback on how you're handling your health. Get honest with your doctor. Ask direct questions about your condition. Track your habits. Keep a record of heart events, food intake, stress levels, and symptoms. You can do this. The first step? Well, admit that your heart health matters. Here's what I want you to do today. Write down one thing you're going to change for your heart health. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to denial? Hit subscribe, because this journey is just getting started and you do not want to miss what's coming up next. Thank you for being here. You can turn this around, and I'm here to help you do it. See you next time on the Cardiac Mindset Channel.